Hey, what's up, everyone? Today we're going to go over angles formed by transversals. So, transversals are the lines, or a line that intersects two or more lines. So, for example, if you look at the diagram, line T would be a transversal line. So, line T right here is a transversal. It's intersecting line M and line L. Now, once a transversal intersects lines, there are angles then formed, and there are relationships to these angles formed, and the relationships are what we're going to talk about today. So corresponding angles are angles that are on the same side of the transversal and in the same position. So for example, if we look at these group of four here and these group of four here, the transversal cuts through here, and corresponding angles are on the same side and in the same position. So for example, if we look at line L and T, angle 1 is on the left-hand side of T, and it is also above line L. So an angle that does something similar here is 5. 5 is also on the left-hand side of line T and above line M. So 1 and 5 are corresponding angles. Another way to think about corresponding angles is basically if you cut this in half and placed these four angles right on top of here, the ones that fall on top of one another are corresponding angles. 1 goes to 5, 4 goes to 8, 2 goes to 6, 3 goes to 7. So let's write that down. So angle 1 and angle 5, angle 2 and angle 6, angle 3 and angle 7, and angle 4 and angle 8 are all corresponding angles. So for alternate interior angles, they're angles that lie inside the two lines and on opposite sides of the transversal. So T is the transversal. So alternate's always going to mean opposite side of the transversal. And then for interior, it means inside of the lines L and M. So inside or in between these two lines is 4, 3, 5, and 6. So the other condition is it must be on the opposite side of the transversal. So looking at 4, 3, 5, and 6, if we're looking at 4, the angle over here that is also on the inside of L and M and on the opposite side of the transversal is 6. So 4 and 6 are alternate interior angles. So angle 4 and angle 6. And then similarly, the same will be true for 3 and 5. They are both inside L and M, right? They are both inside and they lie on opposite sides of the transversal. So 3 and 5 are also alternate interior angles. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at alternate exterior angles. So very similar if you follow sort of the pattern from the last example. So alternate is always going to mean opposite sides of the transversal, and then exterior meaning the angle lies on the outside of the two lines. So the outside of these two lines is right here, 7 and 8 and 1 and 2. These four angles are on the outside of lines L and M. And then we need them to also be on opposite sides of our transversal, which is this line right here. So if we're looking at 1, between 8 and 7, the one that is on the opposite side of the transversal would be 7. 1 is on the left-hand side of the transversal, 7 is on the right-hand side. So angle 1 and angle 7 are alternate exterior angles. Similarly, we could say angle 2 and angle 8 are alternate exterior angles. Now, last one, consecutive interior angles are angles that lie on the inside of the two lines and they're on the same side of the transversal. So inside, so I'm looking at angles 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's say I wanted to name a consecutive interior angle that goes to 4, I would have angle 4, and the angle that lies on the same side of the transversal that's also inside is angle 5. Similarly, we could say angle 3 and angle 6 are consecutive interior angles. That is it for today. Thank you.